It's just a dick. Level 2 is one of the hardest ones to deal with. It really is. Movement-wise. Like, I could have kept doing that run. No big deal. But I definitely would have wound up way behind my PB potential. So it's both practice and PB attempts. So you'll see some resets now that I did a no reset run. I mean, you're vendettas from childhood. You're a grown-ass man now. You can do it. I beat Contra. Oh, so you're gonna die as soon as you beat the game? Okay, fine. Well, then don't beat it ever. Come on. That's it. It's just a time loss, it's all. Yeah? What games were you thinking? Also, god damn it, I need to remember to submit Goose Game. What am I smoking? Pure 100% Montana meth? Exactly. I have to submit the honks. Okay, fine. Fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Might be a little slow on this, but it's better than nothing. You, sir, are crazy. What? I mean, you're crazy for having to submit that many damn runs. I don't even play that many fucking games. Speaking of, I need to fucking start speedrunning easy and or normal Mario Maker 2. Endless for 16 levels. Because those are categories I would like to do. Expert and super expert are fucking trash. I can't even get to 16 goddamn levels. Once I get to 16 consistently, I will start doing that, but most of those levels are so trash. I can't remember if they have skip or no skip. But I don't have enough time to learn all of the games. Apparently Deadpool on NES is good. Vin was talking about that. Yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do, is all the co-op. Meanwhile, I've got specific single-player goals. I've still got to learn Dark Souls Remastered. I know the 2 big skips, but now I got to learn the bosses. With basically naked Black Knight Halberd only. I hate the bonks, man. They're like tiny time glasses that are annoying. Fuck you, wall. Oh, fuck yeah. That's one that I really want to get into. We just have to do it no mods. We can't have mods on any of it. Those runs all sound like they're very fun and memey, especially if there's co-op. But damn, that's a lot of runs. That's all I gotta say, you know? A lot of runs to submit. Like, my benefit of submitting runs is since they're all singles, and I've already got all of them on leaderboards, I just submit the VODs from the fucking leaderboards 90% of the time. Like, legit, that's what I do. But with multiplayer, a lot of those you haven't done yet and submitted to boards, so that you have to do the runs to submit in order to have a VOD for submission for marathons. I mean, that is definitely... I mean, it definitely sounds doable. It just sounds like a lot of work. For, I mean, the mid-fall speedball is definitely going to be a lot of us. And I'm definitely not doing any more fucking races against Kutsu until I can get my setup secured. There we go! That's what I wanted! That part, yes, it would definitely make it easier. If you do it weekly. See, I don't typically do a lot of multiplayer. Even though I've got, what is it, 1 record in multiplayer right now? But it's only because it's a legacy version of ToeJam and Earl. If I wasn't grinding 7,000 games right now, I probably would have gone back to that by now. But I haven't. Though, I mean, if you were looking for a co-op game to possibly do that is, you know, newer and might have more hype, I would suggest ToeJam and Earl Back in the Groove, fixed world multiplayer. Because that way you all could do that. Yeah, exactly. Most people don't bother to run them. If I was better at micro mages, I would probably go for multiplayer world records with that and start going back to micro mages. But they had a big time speedrunner, White Hat, was part of the bug testing team. So he basically had it down to like 15 minutes or under 20 minutes in the first 2 days of the game being officially released. Because he had the game before any of us. So it kind of soured me to even trying, you know? I mean, yeah, with co-op, you're helping each other instead of being entirely 100% your, you know, skill set. And then you can also pick what part of, you know, the run you want to focus on with stuff like that. Like, you know, going for certain, like with the random world we were doing, I mean, exploring a certain area of the map so that, you know, we cover more ground. Exactly. The hardest part is finding who to run with. God, that's barely gold split. They don't have multiplayer records for this game, even though multiplayer is an option. I thought I would get lucky, but I didn't. I mean, you know, you're pretty decent with Stardew anyway, so I mean, it's not like you'd be the worst pick. I lost some time there, by the way. But I'm not entirely sure if I lost that same amount of time on the record run or not. RNG's a bitch with that spot. Just need to not die on this part, and I'm fine. What the fuck just happened? I have no clue what the fuck just happened, but I didn't die, so I'll just take it. If Frosty wasn't so flaky about some things, I would totally have Frosty join us more often, but as the older brother of Frosty, I know that sometimes focus and or, you know, doing things isn't there. It's not like there's a multiplayer game that's basically Undertale. He definitely does. He does when he can. But they can. Need to keep correcting myself because I'm dumb. Bad habits are bad, yo. Respect the pronouns. Speaking of which, Distant Star Cares, I'm going to be on November 1st. And they have adopted the Frosty They Nord. But no, what is it? Yeah, Distant Star Cares is adopted the GDQ method of adding pronouns after people's names for runners and commentators, so that's something we're going to definitely have to do with Retro Rainbow stuff in the future. Because, I mean, preferred pronouns are important. Just the way... Just so that way you know, you honor the person. It'd be the same thing as if, like, they were of any race and they would prefer you to not say certain racial jokes around them. I mean, you just gotta respect other people. Okay, that almost killed me. Pause there because I almost died. If I have a completely no-death run, which I have not had yet, that would probably crush my current record. Because I have at least 2 or 3 deaths in every run that I've done of this game. Usually in the same 2 or 3 levels, too. Alright, Hammer Bro. Bring it! Bring it, Morty! Come on, Morty! You gotta shove that hammer way up your ass! Way up there! Way up your butt, Morty! Sorry, I'm a horrible, terrible person, and I do not apologize for that sort of stuff. Speaking of, Rick and Morty Season 4 is only 5 fucking episodes. Unless they're splitting it into 5 episodes now and 5 episodes next summer or something. Stop golding splits, Dizdon. You're gonna make the damn... Yeah, something like that. Because I think they're just not done with the full 10. Animating it. I mean, at least they're not fucking South Park. South Park's got a crazy-ass schedule. They do 10 episodes a year, and the episode's usually submitted to Comedy Central Wednesday morning, the day that it airs. And they start working on it the day after the last episode airs. The first episode of every season usually gets, like, an extra couple days, but most episodes are done in a week or less. So it's fucking insanity. Most of it's writing. Because my guess is that they wrote a bunch of episodes that they trashed. I mean, that's my guess, is that they had a bunch of episodes that they had, you know, gone to the recording booth and started working on, and then they realized that it wasn't working. That the episode wasn't good enough. So they're like, shit, we gotta fucking start over. That's half the reason why Season 3 took so fucking long. Because they redid most of the episodes at least once. Especially the premiere. The premiere of Season 3 was, like, ridiculously took a long time. Because they wanted to make sure that they both, you know, made a nod to most of the fan theories that were out, and also, you know, I mean, it's not like they're working with live action, though. If they get to a point where they have most of the episode done, and then they, you know, have something go wonky with animation where it doesn't work out, you gotta start over. Like, animation's like that. You can't just go back, write a new script, and then have them shoot it the same fucking day, you know? Fuck. Missed a little bit. But I mean, they're also under a lot of pressure, like, to make episodes good. Because after the Szechuan thing that McDonald's did, without their permission, by the way, and without realizing how much of a fucking demand there was gonna be, like, they don't wanna... With being contracted for another, like, what is it, 10 seasons? They don't want to completely alienate their fan base with shitty episodes. They don't want to be The Simpsons or Family Guy. Thankfully, South Park's really good about that. Oh, 7 more seasons? Yeah, for a total of 10. For a total of 10 seasons.
What?
Jesus. Either my run was shit, or I'm, like, killing it. No! God damn it! I'm fucking killing it, though. I'm fucking killing it. This split isn't gonna be gold. But now, with the fallout of the last season of Game of Thrones, which I can see where people were really pissed off. I mean, they had episodes that were an extra, you know, 10 to 30 minutes longer than normal, yet they felt like, a lot of people felt like, I mean, yeah, killing fucking Nabbit right now. But they felt like, people felt like the episodes weren't in line to the theme of the show, but it's almost like everybody fucking didn't watch the first 7 seasons. Like, with how many main characters got killed off or bad endings in the final season, it's almost like they never watched Game of Thrones at all. Jon Snow was never gonna have a happy ending. Sansa was never gonna have a happy ending. Happy endings don't happen in Game of Thrones. The fact that they didn't have the White Walkers take over the entire world is probably the best ending they're gonna fucking get. And they're lucky as hell that that happened. And the world wasn't turned into a fucking frozen apocalypse. Because it could have. It fucking could have. I just think that a lot of people these days are they act very entitled with their entertainment. And it's bullshit, because as someone who's worked on stuff, I know how much work goes into, you know, doing screenplays and filming and animating and shit. Nobody sets out to make a bad movie unless they're fucking, ooey bowl. Everybody goes and tries to make the best movie they can with what they got. Mistakes are made, yes, but it's not like robots could do any better. Have you seen some of the shit that robots have created with AI software? That shit's insane. Like, David Lynch can't hold a torch to the fucking craziness of that shit. Gloriously insane, yes. As I said, David Lynch can't hold a torch to some of these robots. So if you're looking for random, psychedelic, crazy, avant-garde shit, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it. I've watched some of them. I've watched a 20-minute short film done by a robot that was goddamn, like, mind-blowingly crazy, both because A, a robot made it, and B, it was a surrealist experience I hadn't had since I studied surrealist films. Somehow I'm still ahead. I'm gonna be about a minute or so behind. Nothing I can't catch up from. And I don't usually die on the level that I died like 3 times on. But no, I know there's a lot of people who are really pissed off about Last Jedi, and I'm... It's like they don't know... A lot of Star Wars fans don't really know what they want. Because they were pissed off at J.J. Abrams for being too close to the original trilogies. Fuck. Too close to the original trilogies with, Force Awakens, but then... They were all pissy that Last Jedi was so different. It's like... And it was supposed to be even more different because Disney stepped in and altered the ending because it was supposed to be even darker. But they were afraid of, you know, really getting fucked. You know? And unfortunately, for as decent as Solo was... Even though it didn't do a shit ton that it, you know, was super duper avant-garde. You know, it wasn't a bad movie, but it was received poorly because of Last Jedi. And people being like, 6 months later, we're gonna boycott everything Star Wars, meh, 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 meh. It's like, seriously? There's a reason why the original extended universe and non-canon shit was there. It was there because there was a demand. George Lucas likes money and gave people permission to fuck with his universe for said money. And some of them were really good. Others were really shit. Some of them, looking back, were definitely not as good as they could have been because people weren't informed of last-minute decisions that were made, like the Luke and Leia being twins thing. Like, I don't even think that it was fully decided until after Empire that was added to the canon officially. You know? So I mean, when shit changes like that, and stuff like Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which was really good, looking back on it's really bad because that is a clear romance angle between Luke and Leia, now that we know that they're siblings, but they didn't go back and edit that for future versions of the book. But I mean, there was a lot of weird, random, crazy shit that happened in the extended universe too. I mean, and now it's all considered legends, and Disney's deciding what they're bringing in, what they're not, and what's getting, you know, brought in slightly different from what was originally put in. And Disney likes money, so they're trying to do the best they can, but people aren't very happy with it because Star Wars. Now that it's actually movies and not just books that they can write off as, oh, I didn't read it, so blah, or it wasn't done by the copyright holders, so blah. I mean, it's a lot of bullshit. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Star Wars fans have gotten 30 plus years of extended universe stuff that wasn't necessarily canon, and expect the canon films to go out in those crazy ass ways that they, you know, had in the extended universe, and being exactly like the story that they were given in the extended universe. They want Mara Jade. They want Luke to have not, you know, ghosted himself into whatever and been Grandmaster Luke and have the whole new Jedi Academy and all that shit. But, you know, you can't get what you want. Deal with what you get. If you want your own shit that's better, fucking write fan fiction. It doesn't have to be erotic, terrible shit. But I mean, it really irritates me because of so many people who have just like said that they're never gonna watch another Star Wars movie again, and we know they're going to. We know they're just lying through their fucking teeth. And they're just being a bunch of, you know, and very, very entitled people. And some of the people that I know that have those opinions are in the entertainment industry, too. So it's like, what the fuck, dudes? Like, it just doesn't make sense that because Star Wars is so loved and revered that it's supposed to, you know, always stay as, you know, their most envisioned version of it. Same with Game of Thrones. I mean, when Benioff and Weiss went out and said that they consulted with George R.R. Martin and went with the spirit of the ending he was working on, I knew for a fact no one was getting a happy ending. Not a single person. It doesn't matter if people were pissed off at the fucking last season of Game of Thrones. It is emotionally on par with what you're gonna get in the last two books. You're going to be fucking wrecked. You're going to hate the ending and wish George R.R. Martin were dead, and he probably will be before it's finished anyway. So, who gives a fuck? I mean, you can have that opinion that it's bad, but cinematography-wise, it's amazing. There were parts of the plot that were a little wonky, yes. The overall plot was, you know, on par with Empire. And I say that knowing that Empire is held highly, but rewatch Empire with fresh eyes and tell me that some of that shit didn't just come out of the fucking blue. You know? Like, random bullshit. We know now that Yoda exists. But go back and pretend that Yoda didn't exist. Pretend that you're watching Empire for the first time. Half the things that fucking happened in Empire were fucking just because George Lucas had more money to spend. Yo? Like, seriously. But yeah, some of the writing was really shitty. Especially the fucking, you know, Rose and Finn arc. Like, oh my god. I wanted to shoot whoever wrote that arc. Because it went nowhere. You could cut that entire arc out of the movie and still get a coherent movie. It's terrible. I'm not saying that Rose is a bad character, because the actress did as best as she could with what was given. But, again, the arc was, as a whole, completely wasted time. Because they go to a casino planet, get arrested, escape, get betrayed, and in the end, they didn't need to do any of that to, you know, get to the same position and point that the movie gets to without it. You know? It was just filler. It's like filler episodes in anime when they're waiting for the fucking artist to finish writing the goddamn manga. You know? Like half of Naruto. And since it's Disney, you can expect better than that. They could have done way better arc with those characters. They could have still introduced Rose, made it more meaningful, and, you know, not had the bullshit fake espionage and whatever, you know? And if that one kid at the fucking casino with the broom that has force powers isn't a main character in the next movie, it was way more wasted potential and time than I'm giving it credit for. But the stuff with Luke, Leia, Kylo, and Rey, pretty fucking good. Especially if it ends up with the arc as it appears, where there's potential Palpatine-created clones. Hey, Legend Glom. But no, I mean, on the whole, Last Jedi, decent. Honestly, I'm hoping that the fans can be smart enough to give these movies the credit they're due after they're done and pull a prequel with it and give a fan edit to cut out some of the really bad bullshit. And Force Awakens really doesn't have a lot that would need to be cut out. There's maybe a little bit that, you know, is kind of shitty. If anything, Force Awakens and The Last Jedi could probably use a little bit extra added about Snoke unless things get, you know, revealed about Snoke just being a puppet or a pawn in Rise of Skywalker. But Last Jedi really has a lot that needs to be cut or edited around. I mean, you can still have Rose and Finn have their thing, but, you know, it doesn't need to be the same as in the film. See, Steve, I disagree with you on that, because the person who's giving her that information is untrustworthy. Who gives her that information, Steve? Kylo Ren gives her that information. He is untrustworthy individual. You cannot believe what he says. Remember when Palpatine told Anakin that he knew how to keep people from dying? Yo, like, legit. The fuck? I mean, the biggest problem is the Rose and Finn relationship arc. Because they could have done that same relationship arc without having them go to a new fucking planet and dick around with a weird hacking plot that goes abso-fucking-lutely nowhere. Because in the end, it's found out that the dude that they pick up's a fraud and a cheat. and basically lied to them and winged it and got lucky. They could have just fucking had R2 fucking show up and do the same goddamn thing. And it would have gotten him the same damn place. And the light speed ramming thing, like that one is a thing where, yes, it hasn't been done in movies before, but after seeing what happens, how it's a suicide move, you ruin the ship and all surrounding ships, which means that if it's in the middle of a battle where you have your own forces that are still there, you're not only destroying the enemy, but your forces as well. It could basically be a Geneva Convention nuclear arms fucking thing, where they just committed the biggest fucking war crime against the First Order that's ever been committed in any Star Wars movie. Even a bigger war crime than fucking the Death Star. It's possible. But yeah, it's basically to show how shitty capitalism is. But you know what? They could have done it any other way. And it would have worked just as fine. Also, hey, thanks for the follow. Sorry I'm going on a rant about Star Wars. This run doesn't have a lot of tricks, so I'm filling the void with... Filling the void. God damn it, you motherfucker! Come back here! You Shelly bitch! But yeah, it does change the landscape. I still proposition for anyone to find a better Star Wars movie than Rogue One. Best Star Wars movie that's ever been made. I fucking dare you. Because it's all characters we never, ever saw before. They're filling a void in the continuity that needed to be filled. And the movie does make you feel for a lot of the characters within the short runtime that it has. And then brutally murders all of them because, you know what? This is a real fucking war in space and people die. You know, every other Star Wars movie usually gets away with not killing any characters. Or maybe killing one major character with, you know, methods that were, you know, kind of alluded to before, or you kind of had a feeling that that character was going to be killed off in the movie. I mean, Last Jedi, you kind of went in seeing Luke as old and grizzled as he was. It's like, yep, Luke's gonna fucking die. Right? Like, legit, everybody kind of went in with that feeling. But whatever happens with Rise of Skywalker, hopefully it gives an ending that's decent enough to where they rectify some of the mistakes from the bad writing of the last two movies. Because we all know that J.J. Abrams is all about the member berries and shit. We all know that. But he needs to get off his member berries and realize that he can do better movies. Because one of the proposed series that they're gonna work on is an Old Republic. The Old Republic. And I think that's the one that the Game of Thrones either Rain Johnson, the guy who did Last Jedi, or the Game of Thrones writers are working on. Which, I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to fucking see the origins of the Jedi and the Sith in film form? Like, legit, that would be badass. Fucked it up. I mean, yeah, a lot of Netflix is way better than most TV. Speaking of Netflix shows, The Politician's a good one to watch. My wife and I just finished the first season of that. It's done by the same people who did Scream Queens and American Horror Story. So, it is fucking great. It's a nice, tight, political thriller set in a high school. It's pretty fucking good. Also, Dead to Me is a great comedy. Black comedy as it is. Yeah, I mean, everybody saw Netflix, realized cable is dying, and decided that instead of doing cable and Dish and shit, they want to do their own streaming service so they don't lose profit, but they can try and make profit by having their own damn services. It's the same bullshit that AAA video game companies are doing right now with the live services model. Like Fallout 76. And you can see how lovely that's doing. It's like, fuck that shit. That's why you have to weed through it and find the stuff that's decent. Sadly, the DC one is good. It has good stuff on it. But other countries don't have it yet. So Netflix got a lot of their series. Especially Titans. Which is probably the one series you'd fucking want it for. So, god damn it, why can't Netflix just fucking be in charge of that? Netflix is losing Disney and Marvel anyway, so why can't they just basically buy up the rights to all DC programs? They already have most of them with the CW shit. I mean, come the fuck on. Damn it, I missed. Damn it, I missed again. This didn't die. I mean, I don't think Netflix has enough money to buy DC in its entirety, like the comics and the games and everything, but they could make a deal with Warner Brothers to buy up basically the DC platform that they have and bundle it with Netflix for like an extra couple bucks. Okay, I did that wrong. Could you fucking quit, please? Nabbit, control better. Tired of you sucking. God damn it. Like, that's the thing. The thing with Constantine is Matt Ryan, the dude who did him, who did the acting for him, he's been enlisted as the voice actor for Constantine for everything DC since that involves him. Because he's basically the perfect fucking Constantine. And he's wanted to do Constantine since before... I mean, pretty much since the Keanu Reeves one. So it's basically the DC's version of Deadpool. They found the one guy who can do him perfect. Use him already. God damn. Because NBC and Fox hate good things. Aquaman was good, I hear. Shazam was great, I hear. I still need to watch both of them. But they gave Superman to Zack Snyder, who's like the literal worst person. The literal worst person to fucking give a Superman movie to. If they'd have reversed shit, like, okay, eventually they got, who was it? Joss Whedon or J.J. Abrams that finished Justice League for DC? But God, what was I? Oh yeah, if they given Zack Snyder if they give Zack Snyder Batman and then give somebody like, you know, Joss Whedon or J.J. Abrams the Superman movies, the Man of Steel ones would have been great. Batman versus Superman would have been better because they would have had a collaboration between two people who were able to balance the two out. And then they would have had a way better Justice League. I mean, Justice League was okay, but you can tell that it was a mishmashed piece of shit thanks to rewrites and reshoots thanks to Zack Snyder, who is a great filmmaker. He's done amazing stuff, but, you know, I don't trust Zack Snyder to do not dark and gritty. The dude did fucking Watchmen. He did 300. He does the dark and gritty and, you know, super stylized, hyper violent really well. But that is not what Superman is. You could have done that with Batman. They could have done that with Batman and been fine. It just would have been slightly darker and more of a, like, Frank Miller Batman. Oh, yeah. Kevin Smith. God damn it. Give fucking Kevin Smith the next Justice League. Kevin Smith wrote and directed a couple of episodes of each of the CW series, and they're on par with some of the best of those series. So, like, legitimately, he is the best person to give any DC movie to. Especially if you have not read the Kevin Smith run of Daredevil, you are under a fucking rock and need to read the Kevin Smith run of Daredevil. Now! Do yourself a favor and do it! I know, Affleck was the best fucking Batman. I don't care how bad those two movies were. He was a goddamn amazing Batman. He had the fucking look. He had the swagger. He had the fucking, you know... He was fucking Batman. I think the only way they could have done better is if they, like, decide to do what they should do with Robert Pattinson. Yes, Pattinson is being a young Batman in the new Batman movie that they're doing. Yes, Twilight, but the dude's done amazing shit in the indie scene, so go fuck yourself. But, hear me out. If they'd have done it as Batman Beyond, and had him as whatever Tim, what's his name? Tim, what's his nuts? And brought back, Michael Keaton as old-ass Batman, that would be fucking amazing. But no, Pattinson's a great actor. He'll be a great young Batman. I just hate that they're rebooting him all again already, you know? It's like, god damn it. Dude, people have on Kevin Smith's podcast. It ain't gonna happen, sadly. I can't even remember why, like, the reason why Batman Beyond got shit-canned was entirely because of the fucking toy sales. You realize that, right? It was entirely toy sales because it was the 90s. So they don't give a fuck about Batman Beyond. At all. And it sucks. Because that was one of their best goddamn series. It was amazing. Oh yeah, the comics are going, but have you seen him in any fucking series since? A couple straight-to-DVD movies, and that's about it. It's not a popular enough character for them to want to ever do a movie except for animated straight-to-DVD. And it pisses me the fuck off because the character's amazing. But I am getting very pissed at all the people who are talking shit about Kamala Khan in the upcoming Phase 4 TV shows, movies, and games. Because Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, amazing. The writing in that is fucking great. I only stopped subscribing to that because it was broke as shit. But, like, all these people are pissed off because there's a fucking Muslim superhero. Oh my god. They're claiming that it's only for color's sake. But it was created and written by a Muslim Pakistani writer-creator for Marvel as a side character in Captain Marvel during Civil War II, or before Civil War II, and the Civil War movie, to help hype up Captain Marvel getting in like Phase 3. But because it's a female superhero who's not white, all these fucking racist, white supremacist, troll douchebags are all being like, Marvel only made a Muslim superhero because they want to tick a fucking inclusivity box. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, no. Miles Morales exists and is a better fucking Spider-Man than Peter Parker. Fight me. And he was created by a non-white creator for the Ultimate fucking Spider-Man line. Why? Because he wanted to have a fucking superhero for his kids to look up to. That's all. Racist motherfuckers. That's half the reason why I do not. Oh, Riri Williams is Riri Williams is everything that they claim Miles Morales and Kamala Khan is. Because they had no reason to make create Riri Williams. You want to know who they should have fucking should have done? Black Panther's sister from the movie. That should have been the new Iron Man. She's already got like 90% of the fucking skill set, damn it! And she's an established character. Everybody loves her. She's badass as fuck. No, I was supposed to, with the Friday Night Fanfiction patrons, at the beginning of the month, but I had migraines, so. Awesome, I made it. I'm just gonna wait for you, bitch. Shit! Again, Marvel, DC at me. When I was going to school for animation, I didn't want to be an animator. Specifically. I wanted to be an animator enough so that I could direct. Write, direct. All that good shit. Okay. I need to, like, fix this. Okay, there we go. I mean, yeah. War Machine probably should have gotten it. But see, the thing with Iron Man is a lot of his character involved Tony Stark making new shit for the suits. War Machine's character doesn't really have the technical chops to do some of that. Sadly, it's not like Bucky Barnes and Captain America where you just need a super soldier to put on a costume. Oh God, that is a good point. A Wakandan war machine. That actually kind of has a nice ring to it. The Wakandan war machine. That has a very nice ring to it. Holy shit. Oh, you motherfucker. Motherfucker. I hate you. You're gonna die in a fire. Eat dick. Alright, I'm only a little bit behind. That's good. Vibranium Iron Man armor. Holy shit. Yeah, if I'd have gotten that the first try, that would have been a gold split. Just saying. And I have 10 minutes, a little bit under 10 minutes to get to Bowser and beat him. So, with how shitty my final boss fight was on my PB, this is a probably new world record. Same. I need a fucking Wacom tablet or something. I am going to start painting again. Probably on stream, even. Because I've got to open an Etsy store to help fund myself. Because there's no fucking... There's no fucking way. Well... I'll probably practice again a little bit on Thursday afternoon, but most likely this is going to be the last Nabbit run, and I'll probably switch to either Castlevania or... Oh, thank God. I didn't fall in the lava. Either switch to Castlevania, Goose Game, or Mario Maker after this. You know, I might actually just do Mario Maker, because that one I can do speedruns. My trees aren't happy, they're on fire. Also, there's bodies hanging from them. Also, it's in hell. Also, Dante's Inferno. Bring it. Bring it, self. World record coming up. Poor Diamond. He's gonna be so sad. I think he's still grinding out a possible small improvement to the OG New Super Mario Bros. I'm gonna take the safe route here. I'm taking a slightly safer route there because I want. Yes! But it's only certain things. Story mode and Endless Expert, first 16 stages. So I need to look up the requirements for Endless on my lunch break and make some splits up. Or just do a straight timer, because I don't think splits work. What did I do? I did it dumb, that's what. I mean, the game itself keeps track of the world records for those, so it's not like it's a big deal. Also, with the update that they did, which adds multiplayer with friends online, both co-op and verse, they added a little tiny bit of improvement to the scoring, where you can look up your first clears and your world records, and it'll tell you how many of those you have. Instead of having to fucking manually count them like I did before. Which is very good. Quality of life shit. I mean, you know. I don't see Goose Game as anything to go with. Here, fuck you! Fuck you, buddy! Eat a dick! Alright, here we go. Can't die, just a matter of how long it fucking takes me to do this battle now. So is Mario Maker. It's got runners. It's got a lot of runners actually for the endless categories. I think the only one that it doesn't really have a lot of is oh, Mario Maker's already going to GDQ. Mario Maker has its own fucking marathon too. I'm not saying I'm good enough to do either. But I might do some Castlevania Alucard when I get back. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. So I'm definitely doing this faster than or getting a new world record on this faster than I thought. I mean, you know. There are some people who do that, who literally farm the new game, the new released games for world records, because first clears are world records, so that they can get the costumes. Because there's certain costumes that you get after a certain number of records. I think it's like 100 and 500. But after that, like, I don't think people actually give two shits. Okay, I got like 2 minutes to do this battle. That's fun. Bring him, Bowser. If this battle goes as quick as the last one, then it'll be fine. Eat your dick, Bowser! No! I still got it. Improved my record by like a minute. Stupid fucking Bowser. Eat a dick, Bowser. New world record! $1:12:38.